Everyone knows if you surf around the web long enough, you'll see some pretty sick shit. This is especially true if you intentionally dwell into the dark underbelly of the internet. I've seen a few things that I don't care to admit to, but one thing that I'll always remember is a site called normalpornfornormalpeople.com. First strange thing about the site was, I didn't find it by actually looking for it. It was emailed to me by someone I didn't know. The email follows as, I found this website is very nice and thought you might like it. normalpornfornormalpeople.com. Pass it on for the good of mankind. Pretty standard issue chain letter. Though, the URL in the last remark piqued my curiosity. I was having a really boring day when I got this, so I made sure my antivirus was working and then clicked on it. It was very average and generic looking site. It gave me the impression that the creators barely gave a shit about making it look professional. The author seemed to have a very tenuous grasp on English, and on the front page was a very long, boring, incoherent rant about that I don't remember or have saved. The site had a strange tagline, which even today people haven't figured out the meaning which was Normal Porn for Normal People, a website dedicated to the eradication of abnormal sexuality. And from the sound of that, I wasn't sure whether I was here to watch porn or stumbled onto some kind of eugenics program. But I was here now, and I was very, very curious to see what normal people get their rocks off to. So I scrolled down through the rant, and nothing. Page didn't seem to have a link to anywhere else. And I was about to leave when I noticed every word of the rant was its own hyperlink. So I clicked on one of them and was sent to a white page with a very long list of links with the form of normalpornfornormalpeople.com/random letters. So I stopped for a minute to ask myself if I really want to waste God knows how much time clicking random links that will likely give me a virus that will rape my computer. I figured that I'd just try it for maybe 5 minutes, just to see if anything came up. I clicked one of the links and was sent to a page. This page had apparently had different URLs than the last one. I was just about to say, fuck this, when I clicked on the third link, and a video download came up. It was called Peanut.avi. It was a 30-minute video of a man, and a woman, and a dog in a kitchen. The woman would make a peanut butter sandwich, and the man would set it down for the dog to eat. This was all that happened for 30 minutes. It seemed obvious that the cameraman had stopped filming and waited until the dog was ready to eat again. Seemed rather sick by the end of it. I know what you're thinking. What the hell does this have to do with porn? I have no clue. I've seen a little over 24 of the videos from this site, and the majority had no sexual activity at all. After watching Peanut.avi, I went to a certain image board I frequent to play online show and tell, like I always do with weird shit like this. But someone had already made a thread about it. Some guy who had already received the same channel I did. The image board thread got a lot of people with nothing better to do to dig through the site. And that's how I saw the other videos. Most of those other 24 videos were very uneventful, and consisted of people talking to the cameraman in a room filled with nothing but a desk and a few chairs. And I mean literally nothing on the walls. Or items of furniture. The whole room had a very cold and sterile feeling to it. The conversations were just idle banter about previous jobs or embarrassing childhood moments. I kept expecting some kind of discussion about what the people were filming or what the site was about. But of course, nothing. You would never know these videos had anything to do with porn if you saw it out of context. I will say one thing though. The people who appeared in these videos were quite attractive. However, the other videos did feature some content I suppose you could call sexual. Is where things got weird. I'll give you a brief description of the stranger videos, if you're really eaten by curiosity to try hunting them down on a torrent site. LickedClean.avi. A 10-minute video filmed by a hidden camera, which you see a repairman working on a washing machine for the first few minutes. When it's fixed, the repairman briefly talks to the owner and then leaves. The owner checks to make sure the repairman's gone, and then begins to lick over the top of the washing machine. This goes on for 7 minutes. Jimbo.avi. A 5-minute video of an obese mime performing an act. It was actually pretty funny. Particularly one part where he pretends to pull up a chair, then pretends to break it because of his weight. The last 30 seconds of the video, the camera cuts to static briefly, and cuts back to a man sobbing quietly, still wearing the mime outfit and makeup. Some kind of obscure fetish? Diana.avi. A 4-minute video in which the cameraman talks to a woman in a different room from the interview room. This video looks like one you'd find in a normal person's house. Exactly where they are is never specified, as Diana only talks about her violin playing. She obviously plays her violin, but she keeps on getting distracted by something. I didn't notice this until someone in the image board thread pointed it out, but if you look at the mirror in the background, you can see a fat man in a chicken mask masturbating. Jessica.avi. Another 4-minute cameraman video. This time, he's outside a house, talking to a young woman. As they talk about canoe rides, the camera zooms out to reveal the city streets behind them occasionally. The strange thing is, no one so far has been able to identify where the street is. Guesses have ranged everywhere between Europe, to Australia, to the Philippines. But there's yet to be a match for the street shown in the video. Tonguetied.avi. A 10-minute video. The first 5 minutes consists of an elderly woman making out with a mannequin. The video cuts out like it did with Jimbo.avi halfway through. The scene is now on a group of mannequins huddled together in a circle around the camera. The lights have been dimmed, and the elderly woman is nowhere to be seen. From this point on, there's no sound. Stumps.avi. A 5-minute video where a man with no legs is attempting to breakdance on a DDR mat in what looks like the kitchen from Peanut.avi, but much dirtier. There's a radio playing music unseen in the background, but it stops at the 4-minute mark when the man collapses on the mat in exhaustion. He breathes heavily and pleads with someone off camera to let him rest. This off-screen person becomes terribly enraged and yells at him to keep dancing, which he does. You can hear the off-screen person beginning to scream as the video ends abruptly. Privacy.avi. The woman in Diana.avi is masturbating on a mattress in the interview room, while the man from Stumps is walking around on his hands wearing some kind of goblin mask. The door in his room is always closed in the other videos, but it's now open. In this video, the only light is in this room, and the hallway is dark. Near the end of the video, you can see an animal quickly run through the hallway. And finally, the last video we uncovered, Useless.avi. In this 18-minute video, a blonde woman from the previous interviews is tied down to a mattress in the interview room. She attempts to scream, but her mouth is taped over. After 7 minutes, a man in a black suit and a mask opens up the door, but he does not enter. He holds the door open for the animal that was running the hallway in the previous videos. It's revealed to be an adult chimpanzee, with its hair shaved and its entire body painted red. It seems to be starved and abused, with several wounds along its shoulder and back. When the chip enters the room, the masked man closes the door behind it. The chimpanzee sniffs the air for a moment. It may have been blinded, and notices the woman tied to the mattress. It goes into a frenzy, and begins to maul her. The assault goes on for a grueling 7 minutes, until the woman finally dies. The chimp eats the flesh from her corpse for 4 minutes, as the video ends. The thread exploded with activity until this video was uncovered, and people discussed it long into the night. When I came back to the image board the next day, I found the thread had been deleted. I tried to make another one, but they banned me. I tried to email the guy who sent me the chain letter with the site's URL. I sent him 5 messages and never got a response. I tried to discuss this on websites and various places. I got banned frequently. The site itself is also deleted. The site itself was also deleted about 3 days after useless.avi was uncovered. Likely because someone contacted the authorities about it. The only proof that normalpornfornormalpeople.com ever existed were the few screen caps people took, and the videos from the site that people saved and uploaded on torrents, the most popular of which being useless.avi, which found its way onto a few gore sites, wherever you upload them to. All the videos from normalpornfornormalpeople.com get deleted after a while.